Fifth one we got in my lap. Boom. And we're live. You're poking me. Fish hook in my chest there. Anyway, it is Monday. Woohoo! We made it through another week. Well, at least we're starting another week. I guess it really depends on how you look at it. For me, it's I don't know. Every day's a Monday. It's all rolling to one big beating. Alrighty. There we go. Got everything up and running. Groovy. Yeah. That was my phone telling me that I'm live. All I can think is, no shit. And my cat has eye boogies. Anyway. So, here we are. Yeah. So, I got inspired today by Alana Pierce's video about using video games to deal with depression. And considering how it is... Jesus. Considering how it is Mental Health Awareness Month, I figured it would kind of go along great with the cards that we've been doing. Speaking of which, how did you do? I actually did fairly well. I didn't write down every day the things that stress me out, but that's because it's all the same things that stress me out. So, I did manage to work through a lot of stuff, especially over Friday and Saturday and Sunday, actually. I spent a lot of quality time by myself. And, yeah. Diana says, bippity boppity boo. How's it going? It's bippity boppity boo, bitch. Fairy Godfather. Will you stop messing with the microphone? But, I do have a list of things that help me de-stress and unwind. Kind of the theme of today. So we figured I'd wait for a few more people to arrive before we jump right into it. Will you stop? Alright. I got the brush. You let me brush her? I don't know, she usually doesn't let me brush her. She doesn't like the brush, which is weird because the black one does. And that one there loves the brush. You're torn, aren't you? Like, I don't like the brush, but I like to be on camera. Because she's a camera hog. As soon as I started recording today's video, she jumped immediately in my lap as soon as she saw me pull the microphone closer. You're goofy. I tried shutting her out one day and she snuck back in. She loves being on camera. Uh-oh. That was different. Oh, look at that. That was a big gnat. Yeah. We got a fairly good size one. I've been working on that one for a while now. Woohoo. See, it's so much better. So much better when you're nice and smooth. Anyway. Let's see. Diana says, Michael, you know how some rap artists take innocent children's songs and turn them into dirty rap tracks? You should do that with this song. I could. There's actually been a couple of ideas I was toying around with Creative Sanctuary's channel. I would like to do more fun, creative stuff if I ever get a moment. But I've come up with some dirty lyrics here and there. Innuendos. Quit chewing on me. Oh, but it is... I'm already getting hot. All I did was shut the door. 77 degrees in here right now. You know what's crazy? Is last week it was 81 degrees. Okay? 4 hours later it dropped an inch and a half of snow. Love Colorado. It was hot that day, and all of a sudden, within a matter of 4 hours, it dropped 40 degrees and a bunch of snow. In fact, it was so much snow that the snow collected on my neighbor's tree and brought it down, snapped it right in half. And it was like a good 15-foot crabapple tree. Snapped it right in half. That's what happens when the weight of snow gets collected onto leaves, weighs everything down. Unfortunately, it also kind of squished my blueberries, but they popped back up. One of my pumpkins got a little bit freezer burnt on one of its leaves, but she's still going. So I'm hoping that the snow didn't stunt my growth on my pumpkins, but guess we'll find out in October. The apple trees fared fairly well though. I'm just hoping I get some blueberries. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any blueberries this year. Both plants are pretty young, but I would love to make wine out of it. So, guess we'll have to see. The snow peas, though, I have peas growing. It's almost like the snow, like their name suggests, I guess. The snow helped them. They grew like half an inch during that whole storm. So, whatever. As long as I get peas, I love peas. Happy Monday to Neo. Yeah. What? You are getting hair everywhere. That's why I want to brush you. I don't want you to do that. Hey, Ron, how's it going, buddy? Michael, do you think someday humans will be able to control the weather? And do you think that's a good or bad thing? Well, probably eventually. Technology is great. They'll abuse it, but someday they will. It's the same thing with every piece of technology. Anytime somebody comes up with anything that has a benefit towards humanity, some schmuck out there is going to abuse it. It's a balance. Things that initially looked like a good idea wind up being horrible in the long run. Social media. Doing good? That's awesome, Ron. Will you stop? Holy crap. You don't need to poke me. God, cat. That's how she ruined one of my brand new tank tops. She kept poking and poking, and now there's all these little poke marks. Will you stop? All right. Here comes the brush. Nope. Yep. We're gonna brush you. Yeah. I don't want the brush. No. Yeah. Just hold it here on my lap. It's like a cross holding back a vampire. Anyway. So, aside from that, how's everybody's weekend gone? How'd your weekend go? I'm illiterate. I am a much better writer than I am a speaker. Of course, we all knew that. That's why there's so many jump cuts in my videos. Like I said, I had a really productive weekend for myself. The kids weren't here. Sam was in Sterling. I was all by myself. And I spent the 3 days in self-reflection and in honest reflection. It wasn't like one of those, oh, woe is me, pity party type things. It was coming to grips with what I'm trying to do and why I can't do certain things, and getting back into certain mindsets. And it was great. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm not completely fixed, but I think I'm moving in the right direction. And so, pretty jazzed. I think doing these little cards and stuff has been quite helpful the last couple of weeks. So we're going to do another one of these cards. Let me flip this one upside down, put it back at the bottom of the pile. We'll do another one of these cards here in a moment. Make sure everybody here who's going to be here. I like my channel garners a massive audience or anything. Oh, damn it. Cat hair. Ugh. I don't want to look yet, so I'm not looking at it. All right. But, yeah, I've been doing really well. Jesus, Max. Trade one for another. Unfortunately, this is the one that absolutely loves the brush, and she will sit here all night and have me brush her eyes. And she loves her face messed with. Coincidentally, brushing the cats has also been quite relaxing. I don't know if it's the sound or just the feel of how smooth they get. See, she loves it. Well, I can't bend my hand that way. Okay, you make up your mind. Which way do you want to go? See, she brushes her teeth. She'll have it run across her eyeballs. She loves the brush. She loves her face scratched. Oh. At night when I'm trying to sleep, okay, which way? At night when I'm trying to sleep, she will put her face in the palm of my hand and force me to start scratching it. You're a weirdo. Okay, Max. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start brushing you. Like, yeah, I like to brush. She'll let me brush her for hours. Oh, yeah. You love being brushed. See, there she goes. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's what she does. Sticks her face in my hand so that I can scratch her face. Okay, so I'm trying to scratch and brush at the same time. It's like that old thing when you try to rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time. And your hair is so thick. So thick. Oh, yeah. Oh, oops. See, there we go. Eyeballs. God, you weirdo. I don't need to brush your eyes. Your eyes don't need brushed, Max. Anyway. Yeah. So it's 7-Eleven. I was hoping Chris was going to stop by. Maybe not. But, you know, it's all good. Oh, man. So, I'm hoping that with my new plan of the videos, I'll be able to get back to a regular publishing schedule. Today took me longer to do, though, because, well, let's see, 20 minutes into it, Premiere decided to crash. This time I saved it every 5 seconds, and it tried to crash at the exact same spot. This time I figured out what was causing it to crash, and so I was able to avoid it. But a 1 hour video, or 1 hour of editing wound up taking 2 hours total. So, I don't know, I'm still trying to come up with a more streamlined way to do it. Because it just takes me so long to do the video and then try to do blog posts. And this was after doing an article for a new client, plus I had to work for Green Geeks. And I still have quite a bit of that to do. So, I don't know. I bit off way more than I could chew, I think. But we're handling it. We're doing it. We got this. Yeah. We know what our problems are, and we're working on them. That's the whole point. God, look at that. I even brushed you yesterday. God, your hair is just so thick. Okay, Max. Diana says, I have good news, everyone. I got accepted into the graduate program. I'm going to get a master's in writing. That is pretty cool. Yeah, you mentioned that on Discord. I thought that was pretty awesome. I always wanted to try my hand at some of that kind of stuff, but A, I don't have the time. B, I don't have the money. Mostly it's the time. If I take on anything like that, I would have to dump the rest of it. It's like sometimes in the past when I get frustrated, I think, you know, I can just get rid of everything I'm doing. I could work for one of these companies that keeps hitting me up here in Denver that would wind up paying me like 3 times more than I'm making. But it would be a full-time job there at their office, which I'm fine with. Doing the exact same thing that I'm doing for one of my clients right now. But that would mean giving up all of this other fun stuff. And even though it does cause me quite a bit of stress, I do quite enjoy doing the blogs and the videos. I just gotta come up with a good plan of action to get everything where I want it to be. So, I don't know. I just don't have time for that kind of stuff. I think it's awesome though, and I hope you do great. That's pretty awesome. Oh, at any rate, I was still thinking about trying some of the master classes though. I mean, if anything, I bet it would probably give me a decent article for a blog or even a video. Do a review on a writing masterclass. I could probably make some for freelancing. I'm still on the fence on doing that. But that would require quite a bit of time setting up the course. And I don't know, earlier this year I was thinking about doing it. But then I had some things come up and happen that kind of sucked the wind out of my sails. So I wasn't able to get near some of the cool stuff I wanted to do. I'm done brushing. I was like, why'd you stop? Because I want a drink. Damn it. Anywho. Okay, well, I guess we'll get started. So, one of the things we were supposed to do this week was to find ways to distress. For me, there's actually quite a few different things. Like I said, I sat here one night and brushed Max for about an hour, and she's so smooth. I love it when you're brushed. You like it when you're brushed. But between her purring and the feel of her fur and probably the sound from the brush is quite relaxing, actually. We sat here and watched a whole episode of not Deep Space Nine, a whole episode of Stargate SG-1, and yeah, we just kind of vegged and relaxed, and it was nice. Something else I'm a big fan of is video games. This is what prompted me to think of it earlier for this video. Was I watched Alana Pierce's using video games to combat depression. Like, I've actually been doing that since I was like 9. Oh my God, Nevin. I'm going to be the old crazy cat lady. Yeah. Shadow on my chair, Max on my lap, Cloak is on my bed. Sabi is probably out in the hallway. And Dagger is a bit skittish, so I don't see him very often. But anyway, so I've been using video games to relax, and one of my biggest go-tos is Minecraft. And the girls got me playing Minecraft on the Xbox like years ago. And it got to the point where, like, because I thought it was going to be a really dumb game. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. But it's my kids, so I'm going to play it. And I wound up falling in love with it. And now I play it on my own as a way to unwind and relax. The music to it is just soothing. I'm not being rushed to do anything. I can work at my own pace. I can build stuff. Sky Factory 4 is the mod that I use for Minecraft. And in that mod, there's like no enemies unless I want to have enemies. And it's all based on building random shit. And so when it comes to building, that's one of the biggest things when it comes to games of how I relax. It's a big reason why I played Fallout 4 for about 600 hours total, not in one go, before I actually beat the game. Because I kept restarting because I liked building settlements. So that, to me, is relaxing. I like to build. So any game that has any kind of building is a way for me to just step aside and de-stress, I guess. So, hey, KDC's here. But yeah, so I use games a lot to unwind. Depends on the day. And the amount of stress I've gone through. Fallout 4 is not Fallout 4. Sky Factory 4 is one of the big ones. What are you doing? You don't get on my desk. Psh. It's one of the big ones. What else? I really can get into Bejeweled 3, but I haven't played it for a while. Lately, I've been building in Fallout 4. So, but yeah, I use games a lot as an escape. I do enjoy a good storyline, so I can actually enjoy a game outside of just unwinding. Um, Something was delivered by Amazon. But um, there are games where it's fun to get into and stuff. But lately, it's just been more of a management tool because I have been hyper stressed, and so it's nice to just step aside and lose yourself in a game. Um, and it doesn't even have to be competitive or anything like that. As long as you have fun, as long as you're able to relax without being stressed again. So, competitive games, PvP, nah, that's the exact opposite. Especially when you're playing with a bunch of 12-year-olds who have some colorful language. So, get stressed out pretty quick on games like League of Legends. Um, but when I want to just relax, it's Fallout 4, Minecraft. Um, Raft. Raft is another one I really can get into, and just I can play Raft for hours and just build up my raft and sail across the ocean and recycle all the plastic and wood that I pick up. Subnautica is another good one. I love building an underwater base. So pretty much any builder, anything that makes me think about the materials I need to construct is a great game. But I do more than just games, though. Ron says, "Your cats are so nice. My cats are outside cats. I bring them inside at night so the coyotes won't get them." Yeah, we have coyotes here, but these guys, I only have one cat that goes outside, and that's Sabia. And Sabia is the big orange one who isn't on camera that often. He doesn't like playing in my room very much. Um, they'll lay here on my bed all day while I'm working, but about this time of night, Dan gets home, and then he goes out and hangs out with Grandpa for the rest of the night. So Sabi's the one that he'll go out with me with the dog when I take Penny out, and so we'll hang out in the backyard. And Sabi has no interest in leaving the yard. There's been times where I accidentally forgot him outside, but with the fence around the yard, he refuses to jump the fence. He won't leave his property. I think he feels safe with the fence around because he was like that in Westminster too. Like I was making a video, and he was outside for like 3 hours, and out of the corner of my eye, I see him walk past the screen window. I'm like, oh my god, I left him outside. But he didn't leave, so he has no interest in leaving the yard, which is good. We've between the coyotes at the arsenal, and we do have hawks overhead, but Sabi's a pretty big cat. I don't think a hawk could pick up Sabia if it wanted to. I just don't want to deal with having to take Sabia to the vet in the event that the two of them tangle ass. He weighs 20 pounds, and it's a matter of weight ratios. I don't think a hawk is going to pick him up. So I try not to leave him outside that often. Oh, but yeah, they're a bunch. They're fun. I don't know. This one here, she's nice to me. She doesn't like most other people. Cloak is a little bit skittish around everybody else. Sabia and Logan, though, are like terrible when it comes to loving on people. Like the cable guy came over once to fix the not the cable guy, but the Dish Network. Dish Network. I think we had Dish Network in Westminster. He came over and was trying to fix the channels, and Logan jumped on his shoulder like she was ready to go. Like, no. Anywho, what else? So the video games are a good way to distress. Something else I'd like to do is relax in the backyard. I've got patio furniture, and it's nice to go out there with a glass of wine and watch the sun go down. And I did that the first week that we did the cards, where we had to take an hour away from technology. And I almost forgot just how much I enjoy sitting out in the backyard, just chilling. I left my phone and everything in the house, so all that was out there was just me and the glass of wine. Because when I said I'm getting away from technology, I meant it. I left everything in my room. So I didn't have phones or nothing. So that was nice. Now I've been walking more in the backyard, so I do have technology with me, but it's just playing music. I don't know if that counts. I'm not looking at a screen, if that makes any difference. But let's see, what else did I do this week to distress? Most of it was gaming. I am going to now that the weather's clearing up, I would like to go hit a bucket of balls. I love going to the driving range. I love playing golf for the explicit reason of relaxing. I used to be, but not anymore, one of those guys that get high strung over playing poorly. Now I just go outside, enjoy the landscape, and listen to the birds, standing on green grass. It's great. I don't have grass, so it's nice. Take off my shoes and walk around the golf course. Barefoot. Love the feel of grass under my feet. But, so the summer's coming up, so I'll be doing more of that to relax. Trying to think if there's anything else. Because when I stress, I'm a stress eater. And so I try not to stress too much because then I wind up gaining weight. So, let's see. A lot of times back in the day, to de-stress, I would eat a ton of chocolate, cupcakes, cookies, whatever I got my hands on. I also ballooned up to 300 plus pounds doing that. So I can't do that anymore. So nowadays, I work out in the morning. Here's a good one. I feel a lot better. I don't work out to deal with stress, but I found that working out in the mornings at the gym helped me handle the day better in general. So I love going out to I have a Planet Fitness that's about a half mile up the road. And so like today I did 4 different machines and then got on the treadmill for 15 minutes at 4 miles an hour. And that's a bit of a clip when you're walking it. Great workout on the calves though. So yeah. So the workouts, I don't necessarily use them to de-stress, but I use them as a way to prevent stress. So that helps a lot, actually. The days where I'm active, I am way more centered and focused, if that makes sense. So, let's see. So it turns out my company has a blog, but only one blog, and it's for a different product. Well, then you probably need a new domain for your new project. So, yeah. Oh, so anywho, that's what I did to handle stress. I can't think of anything else I did throughout the week. I played a lot of Fallout 4 and the building aspect of it. I actually beat the game, which made my kids proud. They were all excited because I beat the game after 600 hours of playing it. Yeah, so I restarted it, and this time I'm building again, so trying different strategies. That's one reason why I kept restarting, is because I've tried different things. So, but anyway, what did you guys do to de-stress, if anything? Are there any kind of tricks that you use? What kind of things you use to unwind and deflate? Because being able to handle stress, anxiety, depression, all that only works to your benefit as a writer or in any job, actually. It all comes down to being able to process information, memory retention, all that's from physical fitness. And the more clear you can think, you can negotiate contracts more often or better. You're more motivated. So if you think about it, dealing with stress and anxiety will actually help you make more money. Oh, I got a cat here in my eyeball. My company sells 3 different products. They use one domain and multiple different pages for each product tied to that domain. Well, I guess if it's all one brand. So they have landing pages for each product? Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of companies do it. But you're wanting to sell a course, right? Or offer a course? I don't know. I would... let's see, if it was me, I would do a subdomain and then offer the course on it. A subdomain is essentially a website within a website. So like instead of www.writersanctuary.com, I could do youtube.writersanctuary.com and then put all my YouTube stuff in that subdomain. It'd be technically its own website, but it would still be under the primary domain. And I was thinking about doing that with the courses, but then like I talked about earlier, I would need time to do those courses, which I never do. So, but yeah, that's how I would do it. I would do it as a subdomain, mostly because offering those classes is going to be far more, what's the word? Far more involved, because you're going to want a lot of content to go with those courses. So it's not like a landing page. You're going to need a lot more to it, especially if you're trying to draw an audience from Google or any other search engine. I don't know. A subdomain would be the easiest way to do it, and it wouldn't cost you anything extra. All you'd have to do is just assign a subdomain. But if you want to market it separate from the business, you definitely want to have it as its own domain, but it doesn't sound like that's what you want. So that's what I would do, subdomain. I was a big fan of subdomains back in the day. I had fucking subdomains for everything. Anywho. Yeah, so you guys don't have any de-stressing techniques? Anything to share? No? Just kind of hanging out? Drinking? Trying to think if there's anything else. Well, I guess since nobody has any input, we can move on to the next set of cards. I don't know if anybody else is doing these or if you give a rat's ass, but I enjoy doing them, and so I'm going to keep doing them. You're welcome to join me if you want. I'll try to remember to have it posted. In fact, if I remember to do it after the show, I'll go ahead and add the card to the community tab. So here we go. Card number 3. Let's see. Take a moment to find gratitude in your day. Unlock the fullness of life. Practicing gratitude makes sense. I need glasses. Makes sense of your past, brings peace to your present, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So, take a moment to find gratitude in your day every day for the next week. That's actually going to be fairly easy for me. And on the back here, we need to write down, my intention today is, and then we're going to write down what our intentions are. Now remember, intentions are good, but you still need to put the action in order to make them happen. Like, I can totally intend on writing a blog post, but it ain't going to matter unless I actually do it. So, Ron says, sit under the tree and I drink tea with lime juice. Ooh. Don't know. Well, I could probably do lime juice. Depends on the tea. Like lime juice and Earl Grey probably wouldn't be a good combination. Or lime juice and Bengal spice tea. Probably not. But, That sounds like a good thing. Sitting under it. See, I have maple tree out front. That's where my my squirrel friends hang out. I could sit under that, but the birds would probably wind up shitting on me. Plus, I kind of dedicated that spot to the blue jays, so I don't have a tree to sit under. I do have a porch, so kind of the same thing. I just don't have any shade, which is probably why I do it at night. So that's good. I do these exercises and I care. Okay? Good. Oh, okay. Like, that's random. What exercises are you doing? Subdomain sounds cool. I want to create 2 blogs for 2 different products. My marketing director suggested creating sub-blogs under one blog, but that would sound messy. Yeah, that would be like convoluted as shit. So, I would explore doing subdomains. That way, if you guys don't like it, just delete it and it's all gone. As opposed to trying to do a sub-blog under a real blog under one domain. See, that would be. No, I wouldn't. I would do a subdomain before I did that. That way, like I said, if you don't like it, just delete it. Be done. Doesn't mess up anything on your site, and it's essentially its own website, just connected to the same domain. So you can link back to it with no problem. And subdomains can be crawled by Google. So just submit the subdomains sitemap just like you would on any other. I am always thankful for Mondays because I get to see the Michael Show. Thank you. The Michael Show doesn't get a very big audience. I drink orange Pekoe tea, squeeze half a lime into the pitcher. I've never had it before. You fancy? I have to have tea the way I like it. I can't drink other people's tea. Well, everybody has their cup of tea. I enjoy such celestial seasonings. Pretty much anything made by them. I have peppermint bark, Bengal spice I like because it's cinnamony. Earl Grey. It doesn't matter who makes it Earl Grey. I'm a big fan of Earl Grey. I do have a box of matcha in the cupboard. I do like some black teas, oolong. I'm trying to think if there's what else I have in there. Sleepy Time. Sleepy Time tea is among my favorites because it helps me sleep. If I remember to drink it. Which I did last night. And wow, it put me the fuck down. Sleepy Time tea works wonders. Okay, so the experience sounds very poetic. Well, yeah. Sitting underneath the oak tree with your tea. Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, if it wasn't for the birds, I'd sit underneath my maple tree. Oh, Jesus, Max. Didn't you leave? But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment to find gratitude in your day every day. So find something that we can be gratified for. Whatever. And we're going to write down what our intentions are. So I'm going to go ahead and write these down so I can share with them next Monday. But yeah, I've got lots of things to be grateful for. I can name like 30 things right off the top of my head. So. Shit. I can't get the bottom of the box out. Oh, it got stuck. There we go. Cool. So that's what we're doing. And I'll try to remember to add it to the community tab when we're done with tonight. So that way it'll always be there. I am drinking. I love this cat. She's my alpha cat, huh? You're the number one. This one is Merryweather's only daughter from the only survivor from the first litter from the barn, and I lost Merryweather back in last September. She was like 20 years old, but she died in my arms. And this is her baby. And Merryweather was no much bigger than Shadow. It's amazing how something so big came out of something so small. But apparently her daddy is pretty big too, so. It's just like the Veggie Tales says, a thankful heart is a happy heart. Well, there you go. I brew my tea at the highest setting on my burner for 16 minutes. Then I brew the tea for 20 minutes at the lowest setting on the burner. Nice. I am lazy. I just throw the packet of tea in my Keurig, brew it, take it out, and throw it in the glass, and call it a day. You put way more effort into your tea than I do with mine. Congrats. But I am going to be making my own wine soon, so as soon as I get some blueberries, I found my recipe for my wine, which I completely love my wine. My blueberry wine, oh, it is so blueberry. So, I don't drink, excuse me, I don't drink tea. I don't drink anything but water and low sugar juice. You should try tea. There's some teas out there that are awesome, actually. I'm willing to drink any kind of tea, except for the mushroom tea, like the Manchurian mushrooms. I can't remember what they call it nowadays, but it tastes. It's supposed to be like a health tea, but it tastes so rancid. It's made from a flat mushroom. Yeah, let's see. Then I let the tea cool down for about an hour before adding some sugar. There you go. Greetings from South Boston. Hey, how's it going, Lanny? My tea quenches my thirst better than anything else. And that's all that matters. If that's what works for you, then have at it, buddy. I do like teas. I don't know if they quench my thirst nearly as much as like I am a heavy coffee drinker, but there are days where a nice glass of tea is like this shit. So I can agree with some days where it's just that's all you need, aside from a glass of Fireball or Drambuie. But there's nothing wrong with tea, man. In fact, there's teas out there that can help you relax, which kind of flows in today's show. So, I'm trying to think of any teas that help me relax. I think aside from sleepy time, because the sleepy time tea will put me down, which I desperately need because I can't sleep on this piece of shit bed that I got. So, a nice 12 ounces of that, I'll let it soak, and then when I'm done drinking it, I'll suck on the tea bag and then spit it out so I get all the juices. It works. It puts me down. So I don't know of any other teas that do that for me though. You can't handle coffee? Oh, that's so sad. I've been handling coffee since I was 6. I don't drink nearly as much as I used to, though. Back in the day, I would make 2 or 3 pots a day. But now I've been using the Keurig, which has the K-Pods, and then I have my own insert so I can grind up my own beans. And so, ever since getting that, I cut down my intake dramatically. I don't even think I have a full pot of coffee every day now. So that was definitely worthwhile for me to slim down. I'm still gung ho for coffee, but I drink far less of it nowadays. So instead of selling ribs, Costco is now selling black pepper chicken. Oh, drumsticks in the heated food section. Ooh, black pepper chicken drumsticks. I don't ever buy food from Costco's deli or their heated food, whatever it is. They always have pizzas and all that. It always smells great. I've never actually bought anything from them though. Normally I just go there to get the frozen foods and cook them when I get home. Their black pepper chicken is nice. Awesome. I'll have to try it. I'm a big fan of going down and getting the big bag of wings and, yeah, breaking them down. About roughly 3 wings as one serving. And then I'll make it with a serving of fries. Or fries. Potato wedges. That's the other thing. I like doing a serving of potato wedges. So wedges and wings usually runs at about 300 calories total for lunch. And you actually get more food than if you were to get it from like Lean Cuisine, which I have a bunch of Lean Cuisine trays that came with a microwave thing because I wanted to see just how much I can cram calorie-wise into one of those. And I do a fairly good job. Oh, like right now I've got Trader Joe's. For dinner I had orange chicken and veggie fried rice. Good stuff. I lost 2 pounds last week. Chapa. Now I'm back down to 200 pounds. It's so hard. It doesn't have to be. It's only as hard as you make it. I can burn. Well, most guys are going to burn. Okay, so statistically speaking, and this is also, I can't remember exactly what website it is on, but there's also a study. Men will burn fat faster than women by quite a bit. So when I say that I can drop half a pound a day, I can, but that's not something that you should gauge yourself on. Focus on doing what's better for you. Everybody's different. So don't get too upset. You lost 2 pounds. That's awesome. That's about average for what the CDC says for the weight loss. So you're on track. Don't get discouraged. Costco is 40 miles away. I go to BJ's, but the food selection at Costco is better. I don't know what BJ's is. I don't think we have those here in Colorado. But we have Costco and Sam's Club, which is Walmart's version of Costco. I think it was the only 2 warehouses. And I'm getting at Costco, supposedly, about a mile down the road. Now, I say supposedly because they told me this once already, and they keep moving it. And I ain't going to believe it until it's actually up and open. So, I'm not going to get my hopes up. What would be perfect, though, is if they put a Trader Joe's next to that Costco. That'd be my all-time awesome favorite combo right there. Just bam, bam, be done. I love Trader Joe's. Never heard of Trader Joe's until I went to LA. Didn't realize we had 2 of them here in Denver. And 1 in Boulder. I burn 1 pound a day just doing nothing. That'd be an awful lot. That's like roughly 3,500 calories is 1 pound. Everybody's different though, so it varies. But sitting around burning 1 pound a day, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Sounds like might be something wrong with you. I never gas up in Boston, but it's $5.50 per gallon. See, it was like everybody's all like, "Oh, gas is going so high." I'm like, over here at my Come and Go, it's actually dropped like 50 cents. So like, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want people to come jack the price up of our gas. I haven't got gas since, let's see, I bought it. Where did I put gas in the Fiat? Must have been Thursday. It was down below $4 at the Costco, or at the Come and Go. I haven't been there since, so I don't know if it went back up. Do some walking, the more the better. Absolutely, Ron, cannot agree with more. I lost 80 pounds, mostly because of walking. I would go and walk quite a bit. In fact, I walked quite a bit today. I have my Fitbit, and I've been using Fitbit since I weighed more than 300 pounds. And I have the Fitbit calorie burns connected to my FitnessPal. So whenever I wanted like that extra piece of pizza, I would go out and walk 3 miles so I can burn enough calories so I can afford to eat that piece of pizza. And I lost 20 pounds inside of a month and a half doing that. And it's how I lost the majority of the last 80 is if I want, I've set my goals in MyFitnessPal. If I want a certain food, like a snack or some ice cream, then I have to pay for it. And I say pay in quotes because you have to do calorie burn. And so I'd play in front of the Xbox, I'd go for a walk, ride a bike, whatever it would take to burn enough calories where I can have my snack if I didn't have enough calories already. And that's how I lost the vast majority of my weight so far. Like at least 30 minutes a day. That's good. Keep it up. As long as I can keep losing 2 pounds a week, I'll be on the right track. Yeah, that's it. Don't get so many people. Okay, this is what pisses me off about fitness influencers. Everybody tries to do the quick and easy. For proper health and fitness, there is no such thing as quick and easy. If you don't learn what ballooned you up in the first place, you're just going to gain it all back later on. You need to find something that's sustainable. Like people want me to do fasting. I'm like, no, because I like to eat. I like the taste of food. I don't see any sense of fasting for the next 10 years just to keep me at 200 pounds. No. You got to find something that works for you that is sustainable. And you're not going to drop 10 pounds a week, at least in a healthy manner. If you're dropping 10 pounds a week, you want to check yourself into the hospital because there's something fucking wrong. On average, you should lose between 2 and 4 pounds on the very most from a healthy perspective. And so don't just be discouraged over 2 pounds. That's right on track. Keep it up. Sorry, this kind of shit just sets me off. I'm going to go on a rant about fitness influencers on my writing channel. Zen. Serenity now. I need to read my card. I guess I'll be playing some Minecraft later tonight. You need to walk at least 45 minutes. 30 minutes is better than nothing, but you need to do 45 minutes before the burns kick in. Wrong. Sorry, Ron, but that is false. You can actually start burning after 5 minutes. You put yourself in a state of cardio, but it also depends on your pace that you walk at. I maintained 30 minutes a day and dropped 80 pounds. So it really depends on your pace. Like you can sit there and say, I'm getting 10,000 steps a day, but if you're only walking at 1 mile an hour, it's not increasing your heart rate enough to actually burn shit. So if you do 10,000 steps inside of an hour, that's a big difference. You work up one hell of a sweat. I don't think you can get 10,000 steps in an hour though. That's pretty active. But you get my point. When I play the Xbox and play tennis, I will rack up around 3,000 steps inside of a half hour and I will burn 450 calories. And that's just off 30 minutes. So you can burn quite a bit inside of a half hour period. Sorry, Ron, if it sounded like I attacked you there. I didn't mean to, but I guess I was already worked up. So I apologize. I didn't mean it to come out so rude. But I know for a fact that you can burn between the 15-minute and 30-minute mark, depending on how active you are. So, but yeah, speed is important. Absolutely. I just did a study where I was walking at 1.8 miles an hour. And I tell you what, walking at 1.8 miles an hour is a pain in the ass. It is so slow. But I sat there and did it on the treadmill. I made sure that was my speed. And I'm like, oh my God, people are going to start looking at me like, what's wrong? My normal pace, just walking to the store, my normal pace is anywhere from 3.5 to 4 miles an hour. So I'm a speed walker anyway. But doing it at 1.8 miles an hour is just a pain in the ass. But I did it for science. So that's where the reason why I did it at 1.8 is because I was walking. No. I did it. Yeah. No. I did 3.8 miles an hour. So I was walking half that, which is 1.9. So, still, under 2 miles an hour, fucking slow. Mind-boggling slow. But at 3.8 miles per hour, you'll burn a ton more. Not to mention that you do, when you start doing that fast-paced power walk, it does put a lot more strain on your calves and your thighs. Your thighs not so much, your calves definitely. So power walking is great. Well, I have this foot issue where I can't walk too fast or too long. Then I'd say play the Xbox. Like when I play Avengers and Battle for Earth on the Xbox, I will burn in 20 minutes. I burn about 250, almost 300 calories. Depends on the day. And that's just a 20-minute game, and I don't have to walk a lot. It's mostly upper body. Maybe invest in an Oculus. I know my son loves playing some of the games that are on VR that are pretty active, like Beat Saber. You don't have to do a lot of walking for that, and it does a lot of upper body. Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can get some calorie burn in without moving your feet, if that's your issue. I'm really jealous, Michael. You guys have so much to do outdoor-wise. You can lose weight while still having fun. Yeah, I love Colorado. We have, well, you saw Red Rocks. I love, next time you come up here, we have to go to Lookout Mountain. That's where I took the picture. The picture from the cover of my book is from Lookout Mountain. Beautiful up there. It's not maybe a 45-minute drive, so we can definitely do that next time we come up. Come up. If you come up in the winter, we have some of the best skiing in the country. I love playing golf at Estes Park. Actually, I want to play golf at Estes Park. I haven't been out there yet. The moose will walk across the golf course. It's bad enough I have to fight geese for the course, but I don't know about a moose. But yeah, we got tons of trails and paths and mountains to climb. It's an outdoorsman's dream up here. I got to catch up here. Okay, no problem, but I have lost and maintained my weight walking and running. Forgot to mention speed and consistency. Yeah, I totally agree. Most of my weight was lost by walking, so that's definitely up there. I used to be active, but a double hip replacement has me sidelined. Yeah, you brought that up before. That's crappy. I don't know what I would do if I had to have something like that. Lately, I've been pretty active, so I'd kind of drive into a slow crawl. I'm sure doing yard work for a few hours in 90-degree weather helped me burn calories. Absolutely, it does. Even taking a shower. I have watched my heart rate go up to 120 beats per minute while taking a very super hot shower the other day. So like, cool. So it's almost like a sauna. And if you think about it, that's what a sauna is. Hot water. And the heat increases your heart rate increases to adapt to the heat, which causes you to burn calories. So that's why saunas were a big thing back in the day. But yeah, I've watched on my Fitbit go up to 120. Like, cool. Losing weight just by taking a shower. Walk at the same pace, Michael. Nice, KDC. Lynn, hey, how's it going, Lynn? What do you think about the horror film genre? I want to write and direct a horror film about a YouTube channel that shows events that will happen in the future. That's kind of a cool idea. I like that. Horror film. I am not a fan of mindless blood and gore and violence. I like horror movies that have more of a plot to it, like a thriller. Like, I love Saw 2. Saw 2 is one of my favorites. Just the mind fuckery that goes into it is just amazing. I'm not a big slasher fan like, Jason Voorhees or Friday the 13th or Chucky. I mean, I like things that have a plot other than killing teenagers. So horror movies that have something else to it are awesome. But your idea about like a YouTube channel showing future events, that is kind of cool. That is a pretty neat one. Any thoughts on Nolan's Following? I haven't watched it yet. I did look it up though. I'm not sure if I have it. I can't remember if I put Following on a watch list or if I was looking for it. But I can't remember. I don't remember seeing it on like Netflix or anything like that, so I haven't got to see it yet. Yeah, I haven't. It's on Roku. I don't have a Roku though. But I will. I'm still looking for it, so I'll watch it as soon as I have a moment. But I like Nolan's stuff. I like Christopher Nolan's Batman. I think I mentioned this before. I do like the darker Batman. The darker Batman was pretty cool. So, I bet I'd probably like something like this. There is a Discord outdoor pool membership for discount. Discord, Jesus. There's a discounted outdoor pool membership for university staff, so I think I'll take advantage of that. Public pools gross me out, though. Why? They're so chlorinated that you can... I was about to get extremely gross, but you have nothing to worry about a public pool. The chemicals they use will burn anything that's in it, including a shirt. I went at Doubleday, or a DoubleTree. I was at a DoubleTree. When I lived in Los Angeles, I came back to Denver to spend spring break with my daughters, and we stayed at a DoubleTree, and it was brand new. Whatever they put in the pool to clean it was, they drove up the chemical use so much that it turned my deep dark purple tank top to like this extremely light pinkish color, and it burnt my daughter's skin. Luckily they comped us for like 3 days for staying because it burned her. Now she wasn't like scarred or anything, it just turned her red and she had a bit of a rash, but it dyed the shit out of my tank top. so yeah, you have nothing to fear from public pools aside from chemicals. so Ride a bicycle, maybe that will help you. Speed and how much time you ride are important. Also, the bike pedals hurt my feet too. Maybe you should go get your feet checked out. You're only 30. If you're already having problems with your feet, you want to get that dealt with immediately. Otherwise, it's going to be a long 40 years. To be fair, doing anything outside in 90-degree weather is going to burn calories. Pretty much. Does sitting in a sauna actually help you lose weight? It does increase calorie burn. I read a few studies when I was writing articles for Textbroker. It was for a sauna company. It builds them. They're like the smaller, more cost-efficient saunas. And I actually read through a lot of the science papers that demonstrated how heated rooms like a saunas do actually burn calories and fat. So it's like, well, that's kind of cool. So according to those studies, yes. But if I remember right, they weren't on the site I normally cite, CITE, because I go with, God, what is it? Not PubMed, but NIH. Oh, how about, what the fuck? Whoops. Oh, that's going to flag me on some kind of watch list. I just put in BNIH. Wow, I can't even use Google now. Beijing Nuclear Industry Hospital. And YouTube just broke on it. Exit page. That's not what I meant to put in. There we go. That's crazy. Because it did lock up Google. That was nuts. Anyway, National Institutes of Health is what I normally quote. And that particular study that I did read wasn't on the NIH. And so I rarely use anything like that unless I can verify it through NIH. What happened to there it is. I like funny horror flicks. My favorite is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Oh my god. That was the dumbest fucking movie. I have a hot tub that helps with aches and pains. Yep, that's why I want one really bad. The hot tub does alleviate my back pain quite a bit. In fact, it's one of the first things I do when I get to a hotel. I lost 6 to 7 pounds being in Colorado. I hit treadmill every morning for an hour, burned 400 calories, and then went hiking through Red Rocks. Sam, Ty, and I walked a mile to the concert. Yeah, you guys got quite a bit of activity. Red Rocks by itself. Red Rocks, not only are you like walking to Red Rocks, but you're going uphill to Red Rocks. So it's a bit of a hike. So that's pretty awesome. But let's see, funny horror flicks. I don't know. Killer Clowns was just, I couldn't get into it. I did grow up with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So there's that, I guess. Trying to think if there's any horror movies that I really liked that weren't like that were comedies. I don't know. It's been a long time since I actually sat down and watched a horror movie. I also jumped around a lot and shouted a lot at the concert. The concert was so much fun. Everyone around me was at the same page, and we all shouted like warriors together. I'm glad you guys had fun. What about walking around the pool, though? Those are all those bare feet and the locker rooms. I can't even think about it. Oh, my God. Why don't you just get yourself a hermetically sealed room and never leave? You're fine. It's all good. As long as you're not, like, stepping on the feces and have it squish up between your toes. Don't worry about it. There's the visual. Public pools. I haven't swum in public pools most of my life. Sounds like a health code violation. What, being burnt by chemicals? Kinda. That's probably why they comped our stay. They don't want us to turn them in. Should have got a new tank top out of it. Don't like I'm so stupid. I saw doctors and physical therapists for years. Well, I'm not saying that you're stupid and talking to you like you're stupid. I'm just saying that if you don't get your shit fixed, it's just going to get worse. You're only 30. The last thing you want to do is worry about it when you're 45. That movie is so bad it's good. Time to let the dogs out and have a great night. Who let the dogs out? Lenny. Alrighty, have a good night, Lenny. It's about time to wrap it up anyway. Unless anybody has anything else we can bring up. The topic of today's show was keeping our sanity. And I guess we talked a little bit about it. Mostly me. But that's okay. But if there's anything anybody else wants to add before we call it a night, Lenny's dogs can be our signal to go. Max is like, I'm sitting cross-legged, and she's like, I will fit right here. And now I'm going to purr in your microphone. God, you're a handful. Michael motivated me to hit the gym tonight. Cool. How do you do that? I hit the gym. I go to the gyms in the mornings, mostly because it helps me process the day better. I'm more motivated. I tend to stay on task better, and memory retention and cognitive function. I wrote a post about it for Buy Me Coffee today, actually. Is it today or tomorrow? It was yesterday. I write so much I don't remember. But I recently did an article. And those are quoted for the NIH. But yeah, it's I find it better for me. I used to go to the gym at night but I found that I am far more productive with what I do if I go in the morning. So I'll get up, like this morning I got up, took the dog out, had my coffee, jumped in the shower. Had my protein shake at 6:30, had my pre-workout at 6:45, and that's when I head to the gym. So, and that's what works for me. Everybody's different. There's no such thing as a right or wrong way when it comes to certain things because it really comes down to personal preference. It's all comes down to what you find that works best for you. So, hi. Okay, and she just grabbed my hand and pulled it towards her face so that she could rub my fingernail across her teeth. Okay, you are the weirdest damn cat. So weird. Yeah. I love hitting the gym in the morning, but I get sleepy afterwards, and that's not good for my work productivity. See, I don't get sleepy. I get energized. Like, I am ready to go. As soon as I get back from the gym, yeah, my muscles are a little bit sore, but I am far more alert, and I'm just ready to rock it. So, but, you know, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody has, well, like Ron's cup of tea. Everyone has their, well, yeah, everybody has what works best. It's like I wrote an article a while ago on Cross Colorado. It's like, what's the best diet plan? The best diet plan is one that works for you. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever you get the most out of. Some people get the most out of keto. Some people like doing Atkins. Some people do fasting. I like to just cut calories down to half of what I burn. It's whatever works best for you, and that's what it really boils down to. I want a Maine Coon. I had two Maine Coons, actually. Mo and Jesse. Actually, Sam had two Maine Coons when we first got together. They were some great cats. Mo was a true polydactyl, but we suspect that he had some cancerous issues. He died in his sleep, kind of at a young age. I think he was only like 6. Jesse lived for a while. But yeah, they were great cats. You're about as big as one. You just don't have the markings. You're just a big tuxedo black cat. 20 pounds of fur. And she's not even necessarily a fat cat. She's just a massive cat. You're just huge. Oh, you're not necessarily fat. You're just big. Savia is fat. This one's just big. And then that one's fat. She's on her back. I wish you could see her belly. It's a whole lot of belly. It's a whole lot of belly. Anywho, I guess we can call it a night. Yeah. So, remember what we're doing is, don't turn the microphone. Take a moment to find gratitude in your day every day, and let's write down what our intentions are for that day. And let's combat anxiety together. So far, like I said, I've been liking these. They've made a huge difference in the last couple of weeks, especially last week. I'm pretty jazzed about all these. So, anywho, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, or forever hold your peace? At least until next Monday. And music are motivators for me, especially the people we went to see at the concert. Awesome. Hey, that's good. I actually downloaded a new song. Make Way by L.O. Black. It's been like my theme song for the past 4 days. If you don't know what song that is, it's on one of the Xfinity commercials now. But let's see if I can share it. There it is.
Great protection at great
No,
low rates.
no.
You want?
No. So, one of my previous live streams got tagged for copyright because I played a fraction of a song. So I gotta be careful not to play the song. So here is this one. This is the one that gets me going. So, bam. I just want to know that people care about me, but so many people don't understand my foot issue. I just have to manage it. And we all care about you. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just saying that if you don't get that, you got to find a way to get that fixed, because by the time you're on my age, it's going to be horrible. And that's because I keep thinking of Sam's Aunt Beth. And Aunt Beth has foot problems too. And she is kind of on the big side. She can't walk upstairs. Her quality of life is crap. You don't want to get to that point. That's all I'm saying. Is that you gotta find a way to get all that fixed. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. Maybe get a massager, a foot massager. I wonder if a Zaz would help. Like a Zaz, the vibration board. I like our Zaz. It's fun. It shakes body parts that shouldn't be shaken. Like I'll sit there and vibrate and like, I don't know whether this is working or just grossing me out. Because there's parts of my body that are just vibrating really fast, and I'm not sure if I like it. Is there anything that helped? It's tendon pain that I've had for years. I have a torn rotator cuff that I've had for years. Kind of sucks. But apparently when I went to the hospital, there was nothing wrong with me, so apparently I don't. That's a story for another day. Anywho, so if anybody hit that like button, I guess we will wrap this up and call it a day. Thank you guys for hanging out. I would like more of a back and forth. I mean, we got something from Ron and Diana for de-stressing, but that's it. Ron likes tea and trees, and yeah, I've actually got quite a few different things I like to do. So I'm pretty jazzed about doing this next one. So the next one is actually going to be pretty easy for me. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff to be gratified for every day, and then our intentions every day. Every morning we'll write a new intention. But remember, intentions are one thing. They don't matter much unless you put in the action to actually see them through. So my intention to, let's see, like for tomorrow morning, my intention is to play the Xbox for at least 30 minutes before I start my day, because I can burn quite a bit of calories on it. But, you know, it looks good on paper. But how is it in actual practical use? So remember, you gotta put in the effort. Oh, anyway, I'm wrapping it up. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns before we call it a night? It's chronic pain. There is nothing wrong with my foot, and I have the MRI to prove it. Tea, trees, living out in the country help me. There you go. I would, you know, there's like people will show these pictures of houses in the woods, in the mountains and stuff. Like, would you live here without technology for 90 days? Like, fuck, sign me up for the rest of my life. I hate my phone. I would be happy if I could live out there and not have to worry about bills and stuff. Then you absolutely sign me up. I would be content living out in the middle of the wilderness by myself. I don't know. I don't know if I can say that, because I am a city boy, so it's weird. I don't know, because like I didn't go with Sam to Hawaii because I knew that if I went, I wouldn't come back. I could do all my shit from the beaches of Hawaii. As long as I have an internet connection, I'm good to go. And I promise you, the coldest night on Hawaii's beach to sleep out in the stars without having a shelter, fuck, I'm from Colorado. You don't know cold. Anyway. But yeah, I can see living out in the country though. I lived out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you can call it the country. It's the armpit of Colorado. But, you know, I would live in any place but Sterling. That was just when the people are just bad, you know. So, but I have like been out to Hooper in Utah. I liked Hooper. Willard Bay. It's not really necessarily country, but sparse people, I guess. I use a flip phone, but I have 3 PCs. Hey, check it out. We were messing around in a box, and this is my flip phone from like long time ago. Like I'm half tempted to charge it, see what's on it. I don't even know if it'll turn on. This is back in the day when you had to actually look how worn those keys are. I don't know if you can see it. It's you can't even see them anymore. That's when we had to like type out text messages by hitting the buttons 3 times and cycle through all the letters and hit the space. Writing a text message took forever on one of these. But yeah, I had that phone. That had to be before I got the Envy. So that was before I had the computer center. So that's probably back when 2005? 2004, maybe? I've had that phone for a long time. We also had a Cricket forever. So I don't know where that phone went. But I have, now I have a Galaxy S8, computer with dual monitors, my tablet, and I've got like 5 computers in storage back when I operated the computer center. I used to build them. So then my girls each have their own machine. Sam has her machine. Grandpa Dan, I'm going to be working on his. We have smart TVs all around the house. So but there's days when all I like to do is go out in the backyard, nice glass of something. This is Fireball, but normally I go out back with the wine and just watch the sky, watch the bats overhead, pick off mosquitoes and crap. I love watching bats. I love watching the swallows too. Barn swallows, whew, fuckers are turn on a dime. Pew. Love watching them fly. So anywho, let's do that this week. We're going to be grateful. No, I haven't drank that much. That's why I have jump cuts in my videos, right? And write down a new attention every day of what we're going to do. So, for those of us who are doing those. But anyway, I'm going to call it a night. It is 8:23. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Congratulations again, Diana, on your acceptance into the master's program. I think it's going to be awesome. You got things rolling between getting your dream job of creating video games, and now you got into the master's program. You're rocking it. Just don't give up on the weight loss. 2 pounds a week is nothing to scoff at. That's good. More than I've gained 0.4 pounds in 4 weeks. So you're already ahead of me. So anyway, have a good evening, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. And I just realized just how dark it is in here. I need to get better lighting. It's like, I even increased the brightness. I'm spooky. Anyway. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Take care. See you next Monday. Good night, Ron. Have a good week. Yeah. So, let's do some greatness this week, guys. I'm going to. So I can figure out how to shut this off. Here we go. Stream. And goodbye.